So this video is called You Have It or You Don't, in a sense of what I mean is, if you internally say to yourself that what you manifest has already taken place and you assume this is already true, it therefore has. If you also assume that there's no limits, there's no problems that come in front of your manifestation and it happens instantly, it already has. So once you assume this and it already has, you then have it. So now, assuming that this has taken place, you have it. So what you then have to do is shift internally, knowing that now you have it, you identify as this version of yourself. Because you identify as this version of yourself, this now has essentially already taken place. So you then have to have a visualization, which you can get by being in a state of relaxation or meditation. Meditate, have a visualization of someone congratulating you. So like an end cutscene of you being congratulated for what you did. And have this like a 5 to 10 second rehearsed cutscene. As in, when I say rehearse, not like practice, but what I mean is you keep seeing this. So let's say you just keep seeing it. You keep seeing this person saying, well done, well done, well done, and your name, let's say. And then let's say there's contact involved. So let's say they high five you, or they hug you, or they embrace you, whatever. But basically, because you've seen this take place, and you're now, from that moment on, you have it. So you either have it or you don't. There's no resistance. You have it or you don't. So now that you assume you have it, and you've had this visualization, now acting and embodying your daily life through actions, but before taking place of the action, acting as if the version of yourself that's already done this thing, you're creating a new result to the action because you're acting as if a new version of yourself. You're acting as if you're already the manifested version of yourself, which you are, but you're just consciously telling yourself you are that before the action takes place, therefore creating a new result. So because there's a new frequency internally which creates a new result, the new result creates new actions, the new actions create new effects. But it all starts internally with you having it internally. So once knowing with absolute certainty, and you could say it comes to you stress-free and instantly and just assume that. But once you declare that you have something, you then detach from your certainty and write down clearly how, let's say you did what you did. Write it all down clearly so it's not complicated. Write it all down, know what you did. Then have that 5 to 10 minutes to clarify this visualization of you seeing yourself do what you have assumed that you done in what you have written down. Act as if now, from that moment onwards, that this has already taken place and you are now doing every action after this from the version of you, knowing that what you wrote down has already taken place. And this is essentially you have it or you don't. Because you now have it and are declaring you have it and acting as if from the version of yourself that already has it, you therefore already have it. And manifestation is that simple, as long as you tell yourself and assume it's that simple. Manifestation or stuff to do with it only gets complicated when the person thinks it's complicated, or thinks there's more to it, or thinks they have to learn a bunch of new things to, let's say, get smarter or to get where they want to be. These are only true because they have made it true to their subconscious. If they say they don't need to learn no more and can start from today, they therefore can, because they now identify as that version of themselves. As long as they then go embody and have a visualization of this version of themselves where they already know more than enough of everything they need to know, and everything they've done has already taken place, it has in their reality essentially, because that's the manifestation. The manifestation is writing down and assuming you've done something, knowing that you're now that version of yourself internally, then detaching from your certainty that you know you are that version of yourself now, and then through all the actions after that, because you know you're already that version of yourself and you already have it, you're acting as if you're already that version of yourself. That new version of yourself doing actions as that new version of yourself creates new effects. New effects create new results, but it all starts internally. So that's how you have it or you don't. But the thing is, people have resistance. And what I mean by resistance is people assume in reality, because reality has time, but all other realms do not have time. Time only exists on the physical realm. This one you can see. Time only exists on this one. On all other realms, time doesn't exist. So people have this resistance where they say, oh, well, internally, I know I'm this, but realistically, it will take this long. And therefore, it then takes that long because it said that. But again, the subconscious obeys what you tell it and clings onto what you emotionally associate with and emotionally intensely experience. So, with the visualization, what I forgot to mention earlier, is emotionally intensely experience it. So experience that congratulation or that achievement by the person. And by feeling that and knowing that it's already taken place, you're not acting as if from that version of yourself. Therefore, it's already taken place. But, like I was saying, so in reality, people think realistically they can't do that in X amount of time. However, they have only put that expectation in their head. So therefore, they are no longer thinking freely. They are thinking from a limited mindset once again. So that's essentially the frequency of resistance. There's people that have this problem where they think they need to go through struggle or they need to have this some sort of life, but realistically it will take this long, which again is just another assumption. And like the subconscious does, all it does is obey. So every time you tell it a new subconscious assumption, like let's say someone assumes that, oh, they might have problems when they're doing something. So you assume that the problems therefore will then take place because they've also assumed it comes with that. Whereas if they was to assume no problems come with their actions and they've already done what they desired, then it will come stress-free. But again, even that, your emotional associations and meanings of words, you can also change as the new desired version of yourself. So where the old version of yourself might not have viewed something as positive, the new version of yourself might. And because you've changed your definition of it as the new version of yourself, the new version of yourself will experience the positive version of that because the new version of yourself views it as a positive thing. So you either have it or you don't. But essentially, what I'm getting you to do is where that resistance or where that realistically barrier is, I'm replacing that. So all you have to do is by assuming it's already taken place instantly as soon as you say it, and assuming you're a master manifestor internally. And knowing these things, and let's say assuming that everything you have in abundance and it comes to you in peace. By changing these assumptions and by having these positive assumptions of your self-concept, of the things around you, of the things to do with you, because this is a new version of yourself and you're acting and doing actions from this new version of yourself, the new views and essentially the new views and opinions you have about yourself and assumptions you have about yourself will therefore also take place positively, because you're now just changing the negative assumptions you once had to positive with the new version of yourself. And because this new version of yourself is already established and already complete and already achieved, once you're acting as if this version of yourself already, therefore that visualization that you saw and envisioned, because you're acting as if you're already that version, therefore it's taking place in the past now. And like we said, the subconscious has no concept of time. So everything happening in the subconscious will continually keep happening, because everything you have in abundance. So if you're having this positive experience consistently, with integrity, continuously, instantly, and you, let's say, assume that, then it will keep happening with them same words that you assume. And it's that simple. So that is, you have it or you don't. It's that simple. by internally knowing with certainty you have something and assuming it to be true from then on, and acting as if it's already taken place, it therefore has taken place. So that is, you either have it or you don't, internally explained.